Today's wander has us starting out at the Retiro bus station. So we did a dry run for our 5-hour bus ride to Mar del Plata on Monday, on Tuesday, on Monday I think it is. Either way, we know what it is because it's on the ticket, but we just seem to be confused as to whether it's Monday or Tuesday. Either way, today's wander is going to take us down to Puerto Madero, so the new port town. But before we do that, we're going to check out Canada Park. So we're on our wander there, and we'll catch up when we arrive. See you soon. Well, this here is Canada Park, or Canada Plaza, I guess they call it. Everything's a plaza here rather than a park. And this is supposedly an original Haida totem pole from BC. So there's a whole string of parks here, starting at that UN park, dedicated to different countries. All who had immigrants come to this park, or to this city, Buenos Aires. That there is the English Tower. Our guide told us it got called something else for a while, but after the Falkland War they renamed it the British Tower, just to say, hey look, everything's cool here between Buenos Aires and the English. Because they do have a bit of a sketchy past that includes several invasions, so everything changes with time. Well, we'll have to see what a 2-bedroom's going for. So here we are in the port of Buenos Aires, Puerto Madero. This is the commercial side, and this is the newly being developed side. So it looks like there's one going up here too. So a lot of housing development going on in this area. So this is Puerto Madero, and it's the trendy new neighborhood. So you've got some big office there, but some really big office on this side. And then that's all residential on top of retail. And we're developing up a lot of this old warehouse space. You can see they're working on pretty much all over. Haven't found a way to check out the prices yet, but I'm sure we'll find that before we wrap up our trip here. Now we're going to find a place to have a little breakfast, and then we'll get the big hike started. See you soon. Yacht Club, Puerto Madero. I think we have something called the Women's Bridge up here. Little jungle vibe on the river. There's the big boat. You see in all the pictures. And there's always one of these that they don't know what to do with. They're gonna convert one in Toronto. I think when we were in Denmark we saw one as well that had been converted. But now the bridge. Well, here we are in Puerto Madero, Buenos Aires. Silver wanderers wandering about. Today's wander has us down here, checking out the port. We'll have a little choripan somewhere down here. The best in the city is supposed to be somewhere on these walkways, so that's what we're in search of today. More food. Bye. And tomorrow we'll be heading up through the river delta and checking out the Tigre adventure. But in the meantime, we're going to continue along Puerto Madero. So we came to the other side of those round buildings. Historical restored warehouse buildings. Look more office than residential. No, I guess those look residential up on the top. But a really nice development. These cranes look like origami birds. They're starting to come to life, eh? Like more people around. The music's on now. Looking ship-shape there, baby.
What's that?
I said you're looking ship-shape. But girls just want to have fun. So it's a museum boat. I wonder if it's open. Oh, look, we've got guns here too. So when the English did this invasion here, looking kind of closed. Maybe it opens later in the day. We're going to be here all day, so we can keep wandering around. Cultural property under protection of the Convention of the Protection of Cultural Property. In the event of armed conflict and its two protocols. Wow. And this must be the defensive part. Pretty cool.
And he says that one was in...
And where would you put it? Love locks. Well, I've been told that we have to get off the historic district inner channel and go out to the riverside to get the real choripan. So that's our next wander. And then we're going to come back and wander the rest of this inner canal. Or inner harbor. Another rotating bridge. So all the bridges along this inner channel rotate. Remind you a little bit about the locks in Newmarket. Yeah. Now we're heading over to the river. So all of these are the real choripan masters, apparently.
Yikes! You gotta watch out for these guys. They stop for no one, and they charge exorbitant rates. Uber's cheap and everywhere here.
So here's the choripan. Mix up some toppings. Alright. Well, here's our choripan. I had a bite already, so I got my mouth full. Chimichurri toppings, threw a little tomatoes on there, looked like some eggplant. Nice pieces of sausage. So Christine's just bringing Earth Bar. Let me see what you got there.
I think it's pretty identical to yours.
Looks good. Let's eat.
They had a lot of selection.
Find art everywhere in Buenos Aires. These are the lids of plastic containers. And here we are at Reserva Ecological Reserve. So, it's a conservation park. And up here is to be free. Is that it? So this is what I didn't expect to see with all of my research was the amount of green space and parks, and we've almost made our whole trip about checking out the green space and parks because they link everything together. So a huge canopy, and in particular along the water, and pristine, well maintained, with no garbage lying around. I gotta say, good job, Buenos Aires.
So this is looking out across Laguna de los Colpos, back towards Puerto Madero and its high-rises. That's where we've walked from. You can see the choripan wagons along the boulevard there and back to the high-rise condos.
They have their own fire truck. And Smokey the Bear says there's an extreme fire weather index here. Oh, they have 2 fire trucks. Check it out. Colin would love it. Where's Marshall? It's a trap. Oh, no, so you can sit there instead of having benches.
The park has about 1,500 meters of this elevated walkway with little side paths leading off to viewing and rest areas scattered throughout the park. Flora and fauna abundant.
Jaguars? So after 2 false starts, here is the River Plata.
The beach at the park here is actually a wide natural riverbank on the massive Rio de la Plata estuary, rather than a traditional ocean, since we're quite a way away from the water. While it offers incredible skyline and train stations for sunset. swimming in the water is prohibited, strongly discouraged. That doesn't seem to be discouraged with people today. Maybe they're all police.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah. Awfully windy, but here is, I guess, the closest to get to this area. River Plata, Uruguay on the far side. But not the video over there on the point. Yep. No jaguars, but one big mountain lizard. I'm not quite sure what this guy is, but he certainly has everybody distressed. You're looking a little nervous there, sweetie.
I am. I have my feet up. I'm ready to pull my way.
Lots of nice little walkways and paths to get away. Pretty windy though. Buenos Aires. Good wind. Wonder where they got that from. See any more lizards? Here's an interesting little bit. They don't put benches out, they put these poles. And you sit in a hole in the ground. We'd put a railing around it back home, in case somebody fell and broke their ankle. But this does really remind me of the floodplain at Newmarket. Well, definitely a nicer view than the dirt road running along the outside. So the tip of the day is there's sort of 3 loops you can take. 4 if you take the whole thing as one big outside loop. But the outside loop seems to be just a service road, a track road cut through the woods, where the inside loop has all this nice elevated walkways and lookout points. So
Bring water.
Bring water. There's the tip from our experienced hiker here. There's water at the gate, but there's no water once you get inside the park.
without impacting the environment.
Yeah. This reminds me of down by the condo. Hope you're taking your shoes off. Okay, I won't disturb your dinner. Now this looks like the Rogers Reservoir, only with a cooler ground cover.
En el periódico, la reitera de prensa,
That's pate films. Try that.
What is it?
Pate films.
Oh, yeah.
Frogs? Yeah, I don't know. Pretty fish. No skitters, eh? Haven't been bitten by anything. Knock on wood here, but so there's a depth marker over there that shows it's about, I don't know, 45 centimeters low right now. So the water level when it's at its zero is about 40 inches or 40 centimeters higher or deeper. River cleaning paddle boat. Scooping junk off the water. Hang on, I have it on video. And it's dinner time. And we have this roasted provolone with roasted vegetables on it and some pretty tasty looking breads to start things out. And we're in the theater district of Buenos Aires, though everything's in Spanish, so I don't think we're theatering, but we are eating in a place called Punis that came highly recommended. Smile, sweetie. There you go. All right. So you want to cut that open for us? Ooh, looking cheesy.
It's hard to separate.
All right.
right, well, let's come back after for the next course.
Get in.
So, what did you order?
I ordered a pumpkin ravioli.
A pumpkin ravioli. All right, and I have a mushroom and spinach gnocchi.
Looks like it's a green pasta gnocchi.
A green pasta gnocchi, as Christine's pointing out here. In our choice for an Italian restaurant. So, in Buenos Aires, here we go. Well, that's it for another day in Buenos Aires as we wander our way back home. The streets are still rocking though, and it's midnight. We hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more of our Argentine adventure. Thanks for watching.